Have you ever wondered why so many Japanese children seem incredibly independent at such a young age? You see a little kid carrying their own backpack, cleaning up after lunch, or even walking to school with friends, and you can't help but think, wait, how is that possible? Here's the crazy part. It's not because they're born different. It's not because Japanese parents are stricter or because their schools are magical. The real secret is that independence isn't treated like a milestone. It's treated like a daily habit. In Japan, children aren't simply protected from challenges. They're slowly invited into the real world, one tiny responsibility at a time. And once you understand these habits, you might start looking at parenting and even your own life in a completely different way. One of the biggest ideas behind Japanese parenting is something called shitsuke. The word is often translated as discipline, but it's much deeper than that. It isn't about punishment or controlling children through fear. Shitsuke is about teaching good habits until they become part of a person's character. Instead of constantly telling a child what not to do, many Japanese families focus on showing them what they can do for themselves. A toddler learns to put away toys. A preschooler learns to carry their own things. A young child learns to help set the table. These little actions might seem ordinary, but over time they send a powerful message. You are capable. You can contribute. You belong. Another habit that quietly builds independence is allowing children to struggle just a little. In many cultures, adults rush in the second a child has a problem. They tie the shoe, solve the puzzle, clean the mess, and fix the mistake. Japanese parents often step back for a moment. They watch, they wait, they give the child a chance to figure things out. Sometimes that means taking an extra 5 minutes to button a jacket. Sometimes it means letting a block tower fall over and trying again. It can feel uncomfortable, but this small amount of struggle teaches problem solving and confidence. Kids start believing that obstacles are not stop signs. They're just part of the game. Then there's the simple habit of cleaning. In Japan, cleaning is not seen as punishment. It's part of everyday life. Children are encouraged to tidy their own rooms, organize their belongings, and help keep shared spaces neat. In many schools, students even clean their classrooms together instead of relying on janitors for every task. This tradition teaches that everyone shares responsibility for the community. It also builds respect for spaces and for the people who use them. A child who learns to clean up after themselves grows into an adult who understands that actions have consequences. Honestly, that's a pretty underrated life skill. This connects to another beautiful Japanese value called omoyari. Omoyari means having thoughtful consideration for other people. It's the quiet habit of noticing what someone else might need before they ask for help. Parents often teach this not through long lectures, but through everyday examples. A child might learn to place their shoes neatly so others won't trip. They might lower their voice on public transportation or help a younger sibling carry something heavy. These moments create empathy, but they also encourage independence because children begin making responsible decisions on their own without waiting for someone to tell them exactly what to do. Japanese families also have a fascinating relationship with routine. To some people, routines sound boring, but in reality, routines create freedom. When children know what happens next, they feel secure enough to act independently. Morning routines teach them to get dressed, pack their bags, and prepare for the day. Evening routines help them clean up, organize their belongings, and get ready for bed. Instead of parents repeating the same instructions over and over, the routine becomes the teacher. That's actually very close to the idea of kaizen, the Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement. Tiny actions repeated every day can completely transform a person's life. You don't need one huge breakthrough. You just need small steps that never stop moving forward. Minimalism also plays a surprisingly important role. Japanese homes are often associated with simplicity, and that simplicity can make independence easier for children. When there are fewer toys, fewer distractions, and fewer unnecessary possessions, kids can manage their own spaces more effectively. They know where things belong because there isn't endless clutter hiding everything. Cleaning becomes easier. Making decisions becomes easier. Even taking care of personal belongings becomes easier. The lesson here isn't that families should live with almost nothing. It's that a simpler environment often helps children become more responsible because they can actually handle the things they have. Another habit that stands out is teaching children to participate in family life instead of simply watching it happen. Kids are often invited to help with grocery shopping, preparing meals, folding laundry, or organizing household items. Sure, they might not do everything perfectly. They might spill water or fold a shirt in a funny way. But perfection isn't the goal. Participation is. Every task tells a child that they are an important part of the team. They aren't guests in the home, they're contributors. And when people feel useful, they naturally become more confident. One thing that surprises many people is that Japanese parenting often values trust over constant supervision. Parents gradually expand a child's world, giving them age-appropriate responsibilities and allowing them to experience small doses of freedom. This trust doesn't appear overnight. It's built step by step. A child learns one skill, then another, then another. Eventually, they realize that adults believe in their abilities, and that belief becomes part of their identity. It's kind of amazing how powerful that can be. Sometimes the greatest gift a parent can give is not solving every problem, but quietly saying, "I know you can handle this." This way of thinking is also connected to the Japanese idea of ikigai, or having a sense of purpose. While many people think of ikigai as something adults discover later in life, children can experience it too. When a child has meaningful responsibilities, they feel needed. Feeding a pet, watering a plant, packing a school bag, or helping prepare dinner may seem small, but these actions create pride. They show children that their choices matter. Independence grows stronger when people understand that they have a valuable role to play. What's really interesting is that none of these habits require expensive programs, fancy gadgets, or endless parenting books. They come from ordinary moments repeated consistently. A child putting away shoes, a family cleaning together, a parent waiting instead of rushing to help, a simple daily routine, a home with less clutter, a culture that believes small responsibilities build strong people. These habits don't just prepare children for school, they prepare them for life. And maybe that's the biggest lesson hidden inside Japanese culture. Independence isn't about raising children who never need anyone else. It's about raising people who can take care of themselves while also caring about the people around them. It's about balancing confidence with kindness, freedom with responsibility, and discipline with empathy. In a world where everything moves fast and everyone wants instant results, Japan reminds us that the strongest character is often built quietly, one ordinary day at a time. Because in the end, independent children aren't created by one big secret. They're shaped by 1,000 small habits that whisper the same message every single day. You are capable, you are responsible, and you have the power to make the world around you a little bit better.